Your music exclusive.
I grew up like a savage.
In these fucking police and shit, you know what I'm saying? So
I forgot to ask you too. With your label, when you had Mob Figures, you went to jail.
yeah,
And did you do a deal with Get Paid?
yeah,
Yeah.
The deal would get paid.
Yeah.
Me and Mike was gonna, you know, do the thing. You feel me?
Yeah.
And that's how that happened. You feel
Yeah.
me? Me
And
Mike was cool.
I just did an interview with Juice. He spoke highly of you and said that you was the major influence in his rap career. And he talked about that Mob Figure situation and Get Paid and how you was the one instrumental to them even fucking with them over there.
I was trying to help them. Mike was deep.
Yeah.
He was deep out there. You feel me? So I'm like, me and him was cool.
Right.
Look, come over here. Let's do this.
Yeah.
Get your label. Let's do this right here, nigga. You got the money, nigga. What the fuck? You feel me? That's all that was about.
The song You Can't Fuck With This.
Me and Spice One? Can't fuck with this. Who was on there?
Is that the not Spice One, is the Boy You Can't Fuck With This.
Oh, Boy You Can't Fuck With This.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. What about that?
What's the story behind that?
So that song was written in Seattle.
About the Seattle
I had bought a car from a lawyer. Some nigga went to jail and
Was it
lost
a Regal?
Regal. So some nigga went to jail, I guess, and I don't know if he was a stand-up nigga, he ratted on a nigga, whatever the fuck. But I wound up getting his car from the lawyer. So when I had the car, I guess these niggas probably thought that was him. You know what I'm saying? So they got on me. You feel me? And was chasing us around and shit, you know what I'm saying? And, was shooting, trying to, because it was a couple cars, but it was a car behind me they was shooting at too. But they wind up chasing me, and I wind up jumping out on them with my shit. And then that's all that shit.
Seattle is dangerous, but I knew that song, just from the streets, that was a real.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
Situation.
Real situation.
Yeah.
Speaking of Seattle and all these KCs, Seattle's, all this Fresno, LA, what was the biggest market for SIBO?
My biggest market probably was Kansas City, Oklahoma, Minnesota. It's that Midwest.
That's it, huh?
Can't really put a pin on it, but that's where it's at.
I'm all over the place, but Birds in the Kitchen.
Right.
When that dropped,
Mm-hmm.
I already knew. I think a lot of fans already knew, but it's a lot of this shit makes you one of the greatest storytellers. Also, you come from that era telling stories in your raps. You start off on a lot of these raps about what you was doing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of truth to Birds in the Kitchen.
Yeah, I was sitting on the couch, and my man was in the kitchen.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And, then I just, and there it came right there.
Yeah.
I left that bitch and went straight to the studio and did Birds in the Kitchen.
How did 40 get involved?
It was like a remix.
Mm-hmm.
It was like, I'm gonna shoot a video to this song, so we put 40 on the hook. It ain't no. I should have put 40 on the verse. You know what I'm saying? But nigga, it was the beginning of my.
Yeah.
I ain't knowing too much about it. You feel me? So let's put him on the hook, get him in the video. You know what I'm saying?
They played it on the radio too. That version.
Right. With 40 on
KML
there?
played that one on on the
Okay,
radio.
good.
How much? At least Sway and them did. How much love did you get from radio? None. At all.
None.
Which is to be expected because you was the bald head nut.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It's always, I don't know. Everybody got their favorite people. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You just gotta be tapped in, I guess. And
What was your relationship like with X-Rated?
that was my young homeboy. That was my little homie. You know what I'm saying? He from the same neighborhood, Garden Block. He from Lynch neighborhood,
Mm-hmm.
24th Street. So I'm from 29th Street. And my brother was putting the money up to do his first record.
Okay.
One of my young brothers, was hustling, and I think I was in YA or some shit. You feel me? And they was working on his record. You know what I mean? So, but that's my little homie. That's my young homie. We good. You know what I mean? That's my homie.
I also thought it was wild how, at some point, even though this your partner, like, and y'all from the same hood and rappers, you know, ended up cellies.
Oh yeah. Well, that's what we do.
Yeah.
He was in there when I was passing through. So
Right.
fighting this case. So yeah, that's what we do. We move homies in cells and shit.
Yeah.
And it was only right.
Yeah. But a lot of times, we look at this shit. This shit to the outsider, this shit look like a movie. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is somebody you know what I'm saying? It's not just that it's a nigga from the hood, it's that he a rapper too. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, we was in the county.
Yeah, that's crazy.
In the county.
I'll
tell you incident. He got into it with this big old dude, right? In the county. And he's real short and shit. So I'm like, what you gonna do, nigga? He say, I'm gonna get some bleach and I'm acting like I'm gonna drink it, then I'm gonna throw it in his face. Right? And that's what he did. And we jumped him. We jumped him. He walked up like he was drinking some, then he threw it in his face, it was bleach.
Wow.
I said X,
Yeah, that's it. Young Mouth.
Yucky.
How did y'all start that Thug Lords thing? That's some of the most crazy lyrical shit that they never touched.
I was a fan of Young Mouth.
Huh?
I heard him Knick Knack. The song he had, you know what I'm saying? It was a song, and this nigga, I said,
Is it So Much Drama?
So Much Drama, yeah. I said, this nigga right here, dog.
Like Dope Fiends, you Leo. What? No, that's Numb. So, yeah, I know exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
They
So
went crazy on that song.
Yeah, he went nuts on there, and I was like, man, I gotta do something with that dude. You know what I'm saying? I had never met him, and I think one time I went to Rick Rock house, and he was there, and was like, we gotta do something, and he was like, man, we need to do a group album. You feel me? And we came with the Thug Lords. And shit, that's when we started doing music and shit together.
That's crazy. That shit, y'all made some motherfucking classic shit too. Where does SIBO as an elder statesman in hip hop stand with the rappers in your city? Because we seen the public spat with Mozzy.
Right.
And it all didn't seem like it stemmed from much, but like, where do SIBO stand with the rappers in your city?
I'm their big homie, like all of them. You know what I'm saying? They know. It's something from an area that will hate me forever. That's only one area.
Right.
You feel me? The rest of them, they know. You feel me? I ain't pushing no weight in them, but they know what I'm about. You feel me? What I stand for, what I will do, what I won't. You know what I'm saying? So it's love. It's been nothing but love.
Yeah.
I've always gave them niggas love. Feel me?
Yeah.
That's what I do. I'm a big homie. You can't be a big homie if you don't love the young homies.
You can't be.
You can't.
And like I tell OGs all the time, you can't be in competition with them. I set the standard. Yeah.
Man, we did
it's
all
daytime.
Let me see what y'all niggas gonna do.
Man, that's the realest shit.
If you're doing something wrong, I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna check you on it.
That's the realest shit
you
ever.
gotta know what's right and you gotta know what's wrong. Ain't no in between. You know what I'm saying? And that's how I'm here right now.
Yeah. And one thing that I can say respectfully is that in hip hop, one thing hip hop turning 50. Right. So we need to mature with this shit. There's been a lot of spats and it stayed on wax because we get world star and this media shit and this phone shit in our hands and all they show is negativity, but rap on wax has existed forever. I'm talking about disses.
Right.
So let's keep that shit like that too. Like to all you youngsters, you ain't gotta live that shit out because you have a disagreement with somebody. That ain't what this shit about. You know what I'm saying?
They don't know what hip hop is though.
Yeah.
I know what hip hop is.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Before the gang and the gangster rap, it was hip hop. You know what I mean? I wanted to be a rapper. That's where the EPMDs and public enemies and all that shit. You know what I mean? It was hip hop rappers. You feel me?
That's real shit.
So Rakim, all that type of shit. You know what I mean? Like shit, I wanted to be like Rakim, nigga. You know what I'm saying? That nigga was flowing. Man. He was rapping like I used to know all that nigga lyrics.
Man.
Without a beat. You feel me? So I be forgetting to say this nigga name, but he's one of the niggas that
that had me
gassing when I was a young motherfucker.
Yeah.
I'm listening to niggas like that.
Rakim set that standard, man.
What?
And another thing, Bo, I've been telling older rappers, like, don't diss the style of the way these niggas rap, even though you might not get it. But the reason I say don't diss their style is because the first rappers were saying hip, hop, the hip. So we don't, you know what I'm saying? It's so much, this shit's so broad, you can't diss nobody. It's art. You know
gotta
what I
be
mean?
versatile. And you gotta be able to go with time, homie.
That's real
If
shit.
you stuck in the 70s and 80s and 9, whatever the fuck, you stuck there, that's your problem. You got to be able to advance. You got to be able to catch up. You know what I mean?
Right.
Or at least stay in tune and in pocket with these dudes, you know?
Right. In your music, you attacked a lot of racial issues. Is that from like experience,
From
life
being in
experience?
jail, since a kid, it's always the white man. You
Right.
feel me? It's like, okay, yeah. They got all this shit set up for us to fail. You feel what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like, okay, I'm an American, but I can't get a gun. I can have a gun license, but hey, he can have a gun license. Okay, I committed a crime when I was a child, so that crime prevents me from having a gun. I ain't killed nobody. I haven't robbed anybody with a gun. You feel me? Why I can't have a gun license to protect me and my family? It's just a lot of shit that ain't fair.
That's real shit.
You feel me? It's always gonna be like that. You know what I mean? Like, you know, it's you look at it that way, there ain't no happiness out here. So
Nah, that's real
and
shit.
that's where my raps come from. You feel me? It's like, you know, hey, shit, the Black Panther nigga, the Kunta Kinte nigga, that nigga, the eyeball nigga, the nigga don't get
I
shit.
want to say this, Bo, because this don't happen either, right?
Right.
You made the Billboard several times, right?
Yes.
And One Life to Live was number 12 on US R&B, but Gas Chamber was 53 after y'all gave away all of those units,
Right.
redistributed, and it was 50. Now, like,
That's my first record.
first record,
Independent.
but we talking about arguably the greatest year of hip hop. We talking about Doggy Style.
Mac 10.
We talking about Max. We're talking about Wu-Tang.
Right.
We're talking about some shit, Nas. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about the shit that was surrounding this area, and for you to actually chart. I'm trying to, because I also try to show people where you from how much we was involved. Like niggas wasn't no kick to the curb, kick to the side. Niggas, these niggas
Right.
was factors.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And so for you to do that shit independently and to make Billboard, like, that's
We
crazy.
independent. We number 4 twice on Billboard. We rated
Twice.
number 4.
Twice,
Tales from
number
the Crypt,
four.
Number 4.
That's
Till my
fuck-
casket drop.
man, that's
number
fucking
4.
crazy.
You know what I'm saying?
That's fucking crazy, man. And so one thing I'm just trying to let everybody know is that, you know, you got to look at this shit from a broader perspective. Stop looking at it from what niggas ain't did or what they don't do for us, or they don't look at it. Nigga, we mob. That's what we
Right.
do. We been doing it. Independent.
Right.
Back in more modern times, something that made the headlines. And rest in peace to that brother. I know he was a father and shit. That the brother got killed at your video shoot.
The recent one just now?
Yeah, like recently.
Right, right. Yeah. that's a good
I think
friend
that
of
was a video of Lab.
mine. Right. Right.
And that was all over. This shit was super sad, you know. And they talked about his story and who he was and things like that. Like, not going backwards, but in the forward progress. Talking about rappers, right? We've been
Right.
seeing what's been happening to rappers.
Right.
Coming from SIBO,
Right.
how can you move? Because that's something you can't prevent, right? But what can you do out here to try to like lessen the probabilities of shit like that happening?
Man, dog. Can you stop it? If anybody wants to do something, they're gonna do it. You know what I mean? It's hard to stop somebody that really wants to do something. If he gets his balls to do it, he's gonna do it. You feel me? You can't stop nothing like that. You could be prepared more, more prepared, have more security out there or more people looking around or whatever. But when you're having fun, man, and your surprise is gunshots. You know what I'm saying? You don't see it coming. You just hear it. So it's you don't be ready for that
That's real.
unless you military. You feel me? And everybody military, they stay looking around and just looking at everything moving.
And that ain't
you know what I'm
having
saying?
fun.
Everybody wants to be a part of it instead of protect it. You know what I'm saying?
Real shit.
That's what niggas fail at.
Real shit.
You feel me? You gotta protect this shit, bro.
Nah, that's real, bro.
Now not the security. All of us have to protect this shit. You feel me?
That's real.
Yep.
Before we get out of here, I want to mention this too, because you worked with, you spoke with DJ Screw before, and
Yeah,
it showed you
yeah.
how much he respects you.
Man,
Worked
love.
with Daz Dillinger before.
Love.
Had you super slapping.
Right.
I just want to highlight some of these because these is legendary people that you work with.
Right.
Right now, we on the eve of SIBO performing in Oakland. I've been arguing with fans for a month. Have SIBO ever performed in Oakland?
Yes.
Okay.
One time, Sweet Jimmy's.
Okay.
Sell out.
They said it got turned out though.
Sell out. How'd it get turned out? We was in the.
So you finished
we
your
was
show.
outside. Yeah, we finished the show. We went outside. It was thousands of people outside. We just sat on the cars and just was kicking it. It was just, it was a good night. There wasn't no turnout unless somebody fought or something.
Yeah, no, I thought.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We didn't know about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we had a shit, man. We had a blast.
Well, let's say, what year was that, Bo?
94.
So, 28 years later, same spot, Soul Beat, Chuck Johnson, again, the new Chuck Johnson. That one was the old Chuck Johnson.
Same spot.
Same spot.
Sweet Jimmy's.
Sweet Jimmy's is New Parish.
Oh, nigga, this shit gonna pop, nigga. That shit fat, nigga. That shit gonna pop.
You know what I'm saying?
Right there on the block. That
Yeah.
shit gonna pop. That whole shit, dog. They was the whole shit with just niggas and cars and just people everywhere.
We repeating that tomorrow, man.
Feel me?
That's a fact, man.
But I love Oakland though. It's like one of my favorite places in the Bay. You feel me?
Yeah.
Like straight up.
And shout out to Chuck and Soulby, man. They in
For
here,
sure.
man. And
For sure.
we looking forward to this event, man. I'm looking forward to hosting. I'm looking forward to seeing Marvelous. Looking forward to seeing Spice. I'm looking forward to seeing the people being so happy to see SIBO, man.
Yeah.
This excitement that I'm having during this interview, this is everybody, man. This ain't me. Like, it's somebody that's gonna watch this shit and be mad as fuck at me for not asking something. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how this shit go, because we, you know, Bo, like, it's almost like it's a treat for us that you not overexposed. Right? But the world moves overexposed.
Right.
So sometimes we forget.
Right.
But for right now, we about to get a treat. You know what I'm saying? Like, we about to see you perform this shit. I never seen it, right? So for me to be able, as a fan, to be like, damn, this nigga really performing songs off Gas Chamber.
Oh, yeah.
He really finna go in. He finna do this shit. Like, you know, it's big. And man, I can't wait, bro.
Oh, it's going down.
It's going fucking down. Can we expect Marvelous jumping back on your set? Spice jumping back on? Can we expect some?
I don't know. I hope so. I mean, you know, I guess when Spice get here, we figure out, what's
it out.
going on.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, me and Marvelous got something we doing, you know what I'm saying? So I'm bring Marvelous out. I'm bring Pizzo out, you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Get
Yeah.
a little treat with them.
Yeah. Yeah. This gonna be big, man. I'm gonna take this part of the interview and edit it now so I could put it up so people could see, man. Tomorrow is going fucking down. You know what I'm saying? Legendary hip hop day, legendary moment, legendary platform. So we gonna be there, no vultures. Bo, anything you want to say to the fans before we get out of here?
Hey, man, just keep staying tuned in, man. We working, you know what I'm saying? Take care of the family. Stay loyal to your friends, man. Keep the enemies outside the circle, man.
Yes,
Be all right.
and before we go, I gotta get your social media so they know.
SIBO Mildfather everywhere.
On everything.
Whatever one you looking on, SIBO Mildfather.
Can you teach some of your older counterparts that, man, to keep their shit the same on
Man,
everything?
you know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying? That's how you do it, man. If you want a motherfucker to find you and contact you, man. Again, man, thank you, Bo, man.
Appreciate you.
For you know, being on No Vultures, man. Like, for me, this is a bucket list interview. This is a bucket list meeting. This show is about to be a bucket list thing for me. I wouldn't be nowhere else. You know what I'm saying? Whether I was involved or not. And tomorrow, man, we up.
It's going on, man. It's going down, baby.
For sure.
Man,
I'm
appreciate y'all.
Lord Rab at everything. We know Vultures on everything, and we gone, man.
Deuces.
They all blue.
They all blue.
I'm just trying to stay racked up like you.
Put an 8 in a 1 and do magic. Tryna stretch hair on like elastic. Eco-friendly drug dealer, I don't waste no plastic. Use all 4 corners of that baggie. All I ever wanted was a bankroll. So I pull up on Champ before the bank close. Say no to stank hoes and stank clothes. No paramedic pimpin', nigga, we don't save hoes. Yeah, rest in peace to Lil'